Hello everyone, Larry here from Vantora. I wanted to show you something that you might enjoy. We've had some fields ask for this specifically, so we went and created it for you. It's something we call player notes. So this is attached to waivers. So if we go to our settings and then go to the waiver general, um, here's all our basic waiver information that you've seen. Well, we've added something new in here, player notes. You're going to see it right down here. Okay. So in player notes, there's the display name 1 and display name 2, and then also there's some check boxes here for allow quick edits for this field. So what this is much like custom fields. You can have a custom field for somebody and you can track information in the waiver. But in the past that was difficult because when you would pop up their waiver, you had to go click on a little pencil and go to their screen and then look at it, and it was difficult. People wanted to see stuff really quick. So we've added this. Now check out let me just show you how it works by doing it. Let's assume that our player one note, we're going to call it status. All right. And in player note, I have guns in here. All right, so guns, we're going to allow quick edits, and status, we're going to say, no, you can't quick edit. I'll show you what the difference is there. So now we're going to go down to the bottom and we're going to save changes. Okay, so you'll see a thing that's changed now when you just click on waivers. If anybody has done waivers for the day, it's going to automatically default to a slightly different view. So let's go back and just look at any given day that we've had waivers, and you'll see that we have the waiver information, and then here's these status things, okay, and a check-in. So it's a little different view here. Let's just take a look at a search. So we're going to search for Dag. Will find me. And then here we can see that we find the individuals and we have this and this. The difference is the status, we put quick edits allowed no, and guns we said yes. Here's the reason for that. Status might be something you're going to use to track like a membership number. So we're going to take this Larry Dag that's 32, and we're going to click on the little pencil here, and let's assume that we have a number. We're going to start all our membership numbers with that. Membership number 1234. Okay, so there's that membership number. The reason we want to put memnum1234 in front of it, now I'm going to update this. Are you sure you want to do this? Okay. So because there's no quick edit there, we have to go through those steps. We want to do that. That way we can't accidentally delete this. If this somebody has a membership number, we don't want to accidentally just click on this and bump it and have that disappear. So we're going to make it, you have to click the pencil and you have to say yes, because it's something that's not going to change very often. Now, the reason we want to put the memnum1234 in there is because these fields also now work with your search. So if I want to search for 1234, the problem is it will call everybody who has 1234 in their phone number or their email as well. But here I can do a search for number. Let's do the number sign 1234, and it will only find people who have that. Okay, or I could do a search for mem number, and it will pull up everybody in my entire database who has a membership number. So far I've only assigned it to two. Here's 1234 and 34765, right? So this gives you a lot of flexibility for that. So now how about this one? What are we going to do with that? Well, let's suppose on a day we have all these people coming in and we want to track their guns. Okay, so we could put something like G45. That person has gun 45, and you'll see I don't have to click edit and all that kind of stuff. I just put it there and it's instantly there. And then this person has a G78. This person has a G33 and mask 21. So you come up with whatever codes you want. And this is just an example. You can use these for whatever things you want. But now at the end of the day, I can look and I go, okay, do I have any guns outstanding? I can take a look and see what is out there today. And now if this guy, yep, is gun 45 come back? Yes, it did. I just highlight it and hit delete. How about gun 78? Yes. So you want to be a little careful here that you don't accidentally delete them. You can make it very fast and easy, or you can choose to turn on the quick edit no, in which case then you have to click in order to do it this way. Another example of a status thing. Perhaps this Larry, he's kind of a scumbag, so he's banned. So we're going to just put banned in big letters and some exclamation points there. So now if I pop him up, I don't have to go and look at his other field. As soon as we pop up a waiver for him, we're going to see that he's banned right there. He doesn't have any guns, so that's a good thing since we've kicked him off our field. So now if you want additional information, if you want to see the old information that we had as far as what IP address did he do his waiver from, well, who really cares? Or I want to see a copy of his waiver. Nobody really used that data so much, so we kind of buried it a little farther and put stuff that you'd need right here. But for example, if I click on the pencil for this guy, now we'll sit here and we will get the other information. If we have any other admin notes that we have in here, and we can have our player name, date of birth. This he doesn't have any guns. He's been banned, and we can click here in order to see the blow up of the signature and the IP addresses. So this all functions the same. We just kind of pushed it off the main screen since you didn't need that data so much and people wanted to see other data that they could put on there real quick. Now, if you go into your waiver settings, right now you're not going to see any fields there. That's because we have it set up that if you blank these fields, you won't see them. So we don't track our guns that way at our place, so I'm going to turn off guns. By just deleting that title, the guns go away. So that being the case, now if I sit here and I go to my waivers and I do a search for dig, it ends up I don't see that column at all because I took off the name. Now, taking off the name does not remove the data from it. So, that being the case, if I go to my status, just as an example, or I don't know, we'll do the guns. So we're going to go into the waiver here now. And if I go back and I decide, you know what, I'm going to call this pizza. If we have data that was already in that field, it's still going to be there. So it's just going to be there now called pizza instead of guns. So decide what you want these things to be and then set them up and know that if you make a change, the old data will still be in there, so you'll have to search for data or delete it or whatever you want. So now you can see I've got pizza G33. But if I was using it maybe to track what people were getting for lunch, maybe I have a field that when people log in, we can ask them, do you want the hot dog lunch or the pizza lunch? And I could put it in there and call this lunch. Okay. But then if I change it to guns, it's going to say that they have pizza, right? So anyway, just set it up what you want. We have two fields you can do this with. Set the status and set whatever other thing you want or however you want to name these and utilize them. If you don't want to utilize them, just don't give them a name and they won't show up. All of this data also will export in your check-in report and your export. So if you want to export everybody out to a spreadsheet and then sort them by membership number, you could sit there and find everybody who's a member and then just copy and paste that particular chunk of your spreadsheet and use it for whatever you want. So this data is available to you however you're finding it, either on the screen here, on searches. It's also going to show up on our day. So if we go in and we look at registration for a particular day now, and we're going to go to waivers on this day, they're there. And if I click on one of these groups, there they all are. If I click on this group, here they are, etc., etc. So all of this data is available to you if you use it. I hope you enjoy the new feature. If you don't want to use it, just don't add anything to the name for it, but settings, waiver, scroll on down and just add something to the display name. And I hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions about it, feel free to give us a shout anytime. Thanks.